Brad Korn here, real estate agent in Kansas City. Been selling real estate for about 20 years. Realtor University wanted me to share with you how we get the listings priced right. Now, how we get them priced right through our inventory and how we get them under contract. The Korn team actually sells about 100 houses a year. We go on about 100 to 120 listing appointments each and every year. And how we get those properties priced right is just a real simple pricing strategy that I use where I actually involve the seller and they actually do see what's happening in the market. Now, I call it my 10-minute CMA. In fact, it's the 10-minute accurate CMA. It literally only takes me 10 minutes. I can do my market analysis right before I walk out the door. There's no complicated formulas. You don't need to know math formulas or anything like that. It really just breaks it down to simple economics 101. I'm going to share with you in this webinar how we get our properties priced right. Hope you can see. So Dave, what do you have to say to somebody who's just been on your site and they're thinking about buying or selling?
Hey guys, we don't have any ELPs except high octane, high protein people who know how to get the job done and are going to serve you. It's that simple.
Great, thanks Dave. Things sitting on the market, doesn't seem to have a lot of activity, very few showings. Is it the slow market? Or is there something you could do to market your listings better? Hey, I'm Brad Korn. I'm an active selling agent in the Kansas City area, and I'm currently president of the Cyberstars, which is a group of 200 of the top techiest realtors in the world. Now, one of the things when you're marketing a listing that we forget as realtors is that we are marketing a product. We want to make this product stand out over every other product that's out there. So a couple tips that I want to give you on how you can market listings better is one of them, we actually create a brochure on every one of our properties. And when you think about the whole process of a buyer going out to look at 10 houses in one afternoon, they do the whirlwind tour. You guys know what I'm talking about. We do it. They give you a list of 10 properties, you throw them in the car, and then you head on out to go look at houses. Well, one of the things with these brochures, we realize that when you take a buyer out and show them 10 houses, 8 of the houses probably have nothing in that property for that buyer to pick up and take home with them. I mean, they've got the MLS sheet in their hand, but how do they really remember which house is which? These brochures that we put together on every one of our properties, we actually have not only a full color photo of the house and a bulleted list, which you might see this in some listings once in a while. We've taken it one step further. We actually put interior photos so they can remember what they like best about the property. And then we put it in this plastic slide bar report cover so it's something easy to pick up and take home with them. Now here's where the magic gets. This is your biggest tip of the week as far as getting your properties more exposure. If the buyers have gotten to the property and they pick it up and inside is the seller's top 10 favorite things about their house or the top 10 upgrades inside and out. We even have payment information, 5, 10, 20% down. How much is their payment going to be? Have you ever had a buyer walk in a house and they like it? Well, there you go. It's already got their payment figured out. They want to know, how much is this house going to cost me? Can I afford it? And so what typically happens in our industry is we say, let's go back to the office and calculate your payment. They might want to know how much utilities are. So you're going to call the listing agent who's going to call the seller and 3 days later get the utilities back. We've got the utilities right there in the property. We even have a plat map. I mean, have you ever wondered when you had acreage, they're wondering how much of the property do they actually own? We got plat maps of the acreage, and then in the back, again, is the full-blown MLS sheet with room sizes, measurements, all the information the buyer needs there to close the deal or at least answer all their questions while they're inside your listing. Now, some of you are also thinking about, how can I get more people to my listings? Well, one of them is an 800 number or like a text writer. You can also use QR codes, and I've talked about those in the past. But the 1-800 number is a way for you to tease them and really tell them the cool features of the property and even say something on the recording like, this is definitely one you need to see inside. Things like that. Another thing that we talk about and we have webinars on, and you might see that come up in the industry every once in a while, is really the photos. I mean, really, truly, we are a PR company. We are a public relations marketing company, ad agency, and you want to take pictures like you're putting this in the Homes and Garden magazine, or you're in one of your most elite magazines in your local area. So there's a lot of great tips for taking photos. I will tell you, one of the things that we use in our technology, and a lot of the cyberstars talk about too, are wide angle lenses. These lenses are lenses that you can get, and you can just Google this, but it just attaches right to your current digital camera. And the most important part of taking professional pictures to get more traffic to your listings is making that property stand out. So one of the things you may have to make yourself familiar with is how to use photo programs, okay? Take the photos on your camera with a wide angle lens so the rooms look bigger. Use a photo program to lighten those photos and put them on the web, and put as many pictures as you can. Folks, people want to see pictures. They want to see houses. When you go to our website, the very first thing that you see on our website is search our list of 19,000 homes. When you click on that, it takes you to the website that actually just does the search. So they can just put their search in, the IDX search, and go. So one of the things that you want to do when you're marketing is really think of yourself like a marketing company. Take great photos, lighten them in Photoshop. In fact, here's one more tip for you. Stand just outside the door jamb, so you can, even if you don't have a wide angle lens, you can actually make that room look huge by standing outside the door jamb and getting it from wall to wall. So those are just some tips to help you get a little more exposure to your property. And then once you get them in the property, something to take home with them so they can remember your listing over everything else. So 4, real life. 3, are you in the real estate business and you hear all this stuff about technology all the time? Some of you might get excited about technology. Some of you are a little overwhelmed with technology. Hey, I'm Brad Korn. I'm an active real estate agent in the Kansas City area, and I'm president of the Cyberstars, which is a group of 200 of the top techiest realtors around the country, well, and around the world. So one of the things I wanted to share with you, I'm going to give you a tip this week, and it's on just top tech tools that top real estate agents are using across the country. A real simple one is just our smartphones. Our smartphones alone have a lot of features built in here where you can do some stuff with social media especially. You can download apps like Foursquare, there's Yelp, you got Facebook on here, Twitter, and your camera. The camera on your phone. This is probably the one tech tip that I'm going to give you that's free. It's already on your phone if you have a smartphone. When I'm doing social media, I don't seriously get caught up in the social media all day long, but what I do is when I'm out doing things in the community, I snap a picture with my smartphone and upload it to Facebook. Sometimes I'll upload it to Twitter, especially if it's like a city event or something like that. We go to the Kansas City Royals baseball games. Take a picture at a Royals game and post it on Facebook and talk about who you're beating out. And you got friends in Minnesota, family in Minnesota when they're playing the Twins and they beat them. Kansas City Chiefs. We got all kinds of fun stuff that we can do. So we use our smartphone to take pictures and post to social media sites right from the phone. I tell you what, there's a little tech tip for you. Pictures and video attached to post on social media are great. But I tell you what, there's some more practical things too, and I like to stick with things that are fairly inexpensive. How about this? Have you ever seen one of these before? I tell you what, this is, every realtor should have a power inverter. This inverts your power from your car battery to an outlet. Have you ever been in your car and you got to get onto your laptop to get directions, you got to pull up a market analysis, maybe a seller needs to see a property, you're out showing properties and you need the agent's information. This little baby right here, if you've ever had a dead battery, will just come in super handy. The great thing is, 15, 20 bucks, maybe 25 bucks tops. You don't need the real expensive one. I get the one with 2 because I usually have more gadgets laying around than I do outlets. So I can charge my phone while I'm in the car, or I can plug my laptop in. A lot of uses for this little baby right here for tech tools. I'll tell you another little tech tool that's actually pretty good, and this just came from eBay. It's just an MP3 player, I'm sorry. It could be a video one, whatever. I actually bought this one off eBay, I think for $12. And what I've done with this is really taking education to the next level. I listen to CDs a lot, just interviews of top agents, CD on book like Going From Good to Great by Jim Collins, or The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. So things like that. I put my CDs on just this is dedicated just for my real estate education. So if I decide to go for a run, or if I'm traveling and I'm in a gym at the hotel, I just grab my MP3 player that has all my books on it, and I can learn while I'm doing all that stuff. So they don't have to be used just for music. So for Real Life 360.
About your services kind of like under the guise of short sale. A couple of these programs I signed up for last night because I learned about them yesterday, and I've already heard back from 2 of the companies.
And then Peanut calls me up and says, "Oh, this is better than sex. I've got the Canon Contrition 900Z." And it's like, "Oh yeah, I need that too." And I run up to buy it. Before I do, he calls me and says he's got the ZI5, which is, it's like, you go to the store, they've got this shelf of stuff. As soon as you pull this one off and you think it's the latest, they push another one in.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna split everything that I did with you, and that's where it
Well,
stops.
that stops right there.
Where do you find somebody that gets the whole concept?
Teachers. I've had really good luck with teachers because they're already used to being in a team environment. I mean, most teachers are
So
teaching
go
in
outside
teams.
and build your.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. My three buyers agents I've got right now, one's been with me 8 years, one's 6, and the other one 4. I recruited them before they were real estate agents. I asked them if they would thought about a career in real estate. I'm a real believer in looking for talent, and once you get
service. Yeah. And he's got 5 stars too. It's not loading at all.
It's like everything else in here.
Exactly.
I didn't even have trouble with
But what
cell
happens?
phone.
Hey guys, Coach Korn here. I'm so glad you downloaded that 8x8 and 33 touch, because now I can share some other stuff with you. Okay, here's what you've got coming. You've got a free video coming that's going to really talk to you about how your database really truly is a gold mine. I'm telling you, over the last 6 to 7 years, we've been following the MREA model, pages 133 through 148 of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. Do you have that book on your shelf, the red book? Get it down right now. Pull open pages 133 through 148. Tag those pages and read them as many times as you can, at least a dozen. I'm telling you, this is the secret. This is the thing that you want to focus on in 2012 if you want to double or triple your business this year. So you've got a video that you're going to watch that's going to really educate you on that 133 through 148. And then I'm going to show you how to automate the drip system. Now, an automated drip system is not an all-email system. Guys, you've been trying that stuff. It's not an automated postcard campaign. You've been trying that stuff. It is not getting you a 12-to-2 return. You know why I know? Because I did it. The last 6, 7 years, I focused on my database. I built it. I fed my database every single day, and then I just dripped on them consistently and persistently. We have created, this business has created a life of its own, and I want you guys to enjoy that too. So you've got some great stuff coming. A video on your database is a gold mine, a video on how to set up action plans, and I tell you what, I've just written a course for MAPS that's a fast track course. It's like 99 bucks a month for 4 months. You get 16 hours of actually applying all this material. So I'm going to share all this stuff with you. Watch your email. If this fits in your budget, if you just take the stuff I give you for free, you're going to start seeing some results. But you got to stick to it. You got to focus on it. Bold law, my favorite one. What is it? You remember from the last video? What you focus on expands. Focus on adding people to your database every day. Just 5 a day. 5 a day. Just add 5 a day. Guys, I wish you the best this year, and I hope you enjoy all the stuff we're giving you. Give us some feedback. Send me an email, brad@coachkorn.com, and that's Korn with a K, brad@coachkorn.com. Let me know what you think of the material. Do you like it? Is it great? Are you using it? Are you having success? I want to hear from you. Happy holidays, and I wish you the best in 2012.